When I was a little girl, I had a mother that always had a heart for abused children, and I thought when I grew up, I would also want to help. And I had the romantic idea that I would take on lots of children, at least 4 was my goal. That was my idea when I grew up. My name is Selma, and I have 5 children. My husband had a daughter, I have a son. We got married and we both had 2 children, a boy and a girl, and later we adopted Christian. There was a family member that needed to be adopted because he was put in the foster care system. So another family member stepped up to the plate to try to adopt him. And after 2 days of having him, this family member ended up calling me, letting me know that they were done. It was too hard. And I was devastated. And I mentioned, I wish I could have done this. So the social worker called me a few days later and had heard that I might be interested in having the child live with us. All the details worked out, and we got him a week later. After 2 days, I was thinking, this doesn't work for our family. It was very demanding, it was hard, it was nothing that I thought it was, because I really had the romantic idea of adoption. So I reached out to family or friends, and they would say, oh, you just need to love him more. And that struck my heart more than anything, because of course I want to love this child, but I had nothing left to give. I became depressed and I isolated myself. I became a prisoner in my own home because I kept pushing him away, and I also became physically sick. So my husband did tell me, he goes, I know that you will stick it out with this child, but if we don't get help, it's not going to work. Our family is getting destroyed, and so was our marriage. Then God stepped in. Within 1 week, I got a flyer from one of my Bible study leaders. I got a flyer from one of my husband's clients, and I got a flyer from one of my daycare parents, and it was all the same flyer from Help One Child. So we went, and there were about 20 couples all sitting around a big table, and they all shared their story of their sweet children that they adopted, and then they got to me, and I said, well, I have a 5-year-old child, and I can't stand him. And the leader actually laughed and said, thank you for sharing, because that's why we have Help One Child. Help One Child just taught me about the trauma these kids feel. Honestly, I had no idea that they would view the world the way they do because they've been so hurt they don't trust adults. And we had to reteach ourselves to teach him, we're the adult and you'll be safe with us. Because it's a Christian organization, I was prayed for, and we encouraged each other that God was for us and for these kids. They were also helping us as parents. They were there for me to help me be that parent, because you just feel like such a failure. And we were all in the same boat to encourage each other and to hang in there. Anytime I meet anyone who has an adoptive child or foster care child, I would love to encourage you to join Help One Child, because it's been such a huge help in my life that God has given me, and I know it's there for all of you out there. It is so encouraging. You can't do it alone. It wasn't meant for us to do alone. We need each other, we need God, and Help One Child has made that possible. And it changed our lives. It was a saving grace that God used, and I'm so thankful. My child's now 21, and he's thriving, and I'm really proud of him. And I can say I love him.